Hello, and welcome to another episode of Third Action. I'm your lovely host, Jason, and these are the same three sexy seductresses that were here last week. In the bottom left, we have Asher Ford, Human Ranger, played by Char.
Hi, I just had to take a photo of my dog's cute little foot because it was sticking out the back.
In the bottom middle, we have Greshy, Ironroot, Dwarven Druid, played by Will.
I'm waiting to see this photo now because this sounds very interesting.
I'll put it on Discord.
And at the bottom right, we have Gunn, Shough, Human Champion of Erastil, played by Adam.
Hey, everybody.
And tonight we have another episode for you. But first, if you didn't catch the last episode live, I put out a little disclaimer. The party has made it into the the Iron Cages of Lust, and that kind of comes with a little bit of vaguely sexual innuendo and content and things. So if you find that disturbing or uncomfortable or whatever, if it makes you feel things you don't want to feel, skip this episode, jump to 110 once that comes out, and I'll have a recap there of anything that goes on, so you don't have to feel like you missed anything. Okay. On to the episode. So last time, or on to the recap, I guess. Last time on Third Action, our group of intrepid adventurers made their way into the Halls of Wrath, following up on a potential lead that perhaps the Wrath Wing invaded the what are they called? The Abjuration Wing, Envy. But at the entrance, you were quite thoroughly halted by a massive iron golem statue firing bolts of energy at you all. After taking a few crits, you decided to save that room for another time, and when you are better prepared and ready for such a combat. So instead, you returned to the central area of the Runeforge, made your way over to the Iron Cages of Lust, where you encountered a number of succubi-adjacent Alu demon submissives, these being some kind of human-demon offspring that have some succubus mistress, who indeed turns out to be the sensual Delvaheen, the leader of this wing of the Runeforge, opting for diplomacy instead of sword and bow. You managed to secure an audience with her, and I believe she has just come out of her back room and laid herself on the bed and asked you all to kind of gather around so that she can have a discussion with you. So let's go ahead and jump over here to the map. So yes, as we described last week, there are 4 beds in this chamber. They're large beds, look like they could fit a couple people each. There's a kind of massive throne in the center of the room against the back wall. There are 2 exit curtains that lead presumably into Delvaheen's private boudoir. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but don't sue me, French people.
It's close enough.
Close enough. Near those 2 doors are these 2 softly glowing guardians of light. They have this kind of otherworldly appearance. You know them to be a creature occultly known as a shining child. They are not childlike in size or stature, so don't know what that's about. But they are
or other features. Apparently.
Or other features. They are very much adult-sized, and are gently doing things to themselves in the background while you talk to Lady Delvaheen. Behind you are the 2 kind of passageways around the front entrance that lead outside to where Rock is. Okay, so you were asked to come sit on the bed, but Asher has decided to sit on the floor in between 2 beds. Gunn is standing awkwardly. Phelan has kind of lied down lay down in the back, with Greshy kind of leaned up against him on the floor. So what I would actually like to do here is roll initiative. This is not a combat initiative. This is a discussion initiative. Each person's turn will take roughly a minute. But you can choose what approach you would like to take. It can be any of the diplomacy adjacent skills, so diplomacy, deception, even society would be allowed. I'm probably missing some performance if you were trying to act.
Person's turn will take a minute.
Each person's turn will take roughly a minute.
So like one round is like 5 minutes.
Yeah. And it's a bit flexible.
Okay.
But that's about how long it takes to do. I believe the request action, I think, takes a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, request is one action,
you'll have to let me know.
Make an impression is like 1 minute to do. There's a couple other things.
So I
take
do have a feat that lets me make an impression in. I think it's an action instead of a.
I think you can make one initially, and then if it at the penalty, and then after that you can try again after a minute without the penalty still.
Skill, feat,
yes,
glad
I believe
hand.
it's glad hand. So as you guys, or as Delvaheen sets up and sees you all, she is currently what I would describe as neutral to all three of you. But you do have glad hand, so you can go ahead and do that initial check.
Okay. Punching that in now. It has a -5 on this, so this 35 becomes a 30.
Okay. So she starts off as neutral. And you got a 30 on that check.
Mm-hmm. If you fail or critically fail, you can still do the 1 minute of conversation and try again.
Okay. And this should be presumably against her will DC. Which in this case is...
I suppose so. Probably pretty damn high.
Almost certainly. Yes, against the will DC of the target. Okay. So I have her will DC and her will modifier here. Okay, so yeah, you've got you immediately kind of put on a kind of smiling appearance. She doesn't seem to really take note of you in particular. Her eyes kind of dart amongst all of you, despite her very appreciative smile as she's kind of lounging back in her silken nightgown. You can see in her eyes that she's very calculating and is assessing each of you individually. Mm-hmm. So she still seems to be very wary. But that would just be a regular failure and not a critical failure.
Yeah, and so instead of keeping that result, it doesn't affect you for the minute while you're doing the other. Basically that's wiped out, and I have to do the full minute of conversation to try again.
Right. Okay. So yeah, everybody go ahead and roll me. By default, it would be diplomacy for initiative, but if you want to argue for any other skill as far as what your approach to this encounter is, tell me what you want to roll, and I will probably allow you to roll it as long as it's reasonable.
I am fine with diplomacy. That's what I was
Some
going to
of
choose
y'all could
anyway.
make a good case for deception.
Well,
I'm a deceiver.
I'd certainly try to make a case for deception, but at this point I'm more interested in talking and learning.
Well, this is fine.
So I think I'm going to go diplomacy as well. None of them would be particularly great, though.
Asher generally doesn't try and trick.
22.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
I did it wrong. I need to get on the tracker and then change to a 34.
I'll just select your token, roll a initiative, and then
I'll roll it again and then fix it.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Looks like Delvahine's up first with a 40, Gunn with a 34, Asher with a 26, and Greshy with a 22.
Real quick, Jason.
Yep.
I'm going to say that the reason I was wondering about the time is that you'll just have to let me know when I can no longer sustain Familiar's face, because I'm going to be sustaining it through this whole conversation in case things go sour.
I see. Okay, sure. Sounds good. And how long does... Oh, I guess we determined that it can sustain
10
for
minutes.
about 10 minutes
10
at
minutes
a time.
is the... Yeah.
Okay.
Is the limit.
Okay. So yeah, we'll assume that around round 10 is when it would probably be about ready to drop. So, okay.
Oh, okay.
So Delvahine, kind of relaxing there, notes all of your kind of discomfort, and speaks up first. So, I heard from my little friends outside that you're friends of Vrexaris. He's an interesting one. You've really fallen in with him, of all people. And
Haven't even met the guy.
Really? That's not what they said. And she makes a curious glance towards the shining child beside her. Then what does bring you here, perhaps? If not to barter with me on Vrexaris' behalf.
Well,
Gunn. It is your turn,
we've
Gunn.
certainly heard of him. We met his clones in the other wing, and we're seeking some information that we think he might provide. I take it then that he's here with you. We are actually here about a matter of Karzug's resurrection, causing some trouble on the outside. And so it would seem that presumably our interests align in this, because you would, I imagine, not like to have him come back and be the only Runelord making inroads into the new world.
She listens to you as you talk. Are you just trying to make an impression here? Or are you trying to do something more?
Bit of both. Yeah, I'm just introducing our case, but yes, and my main goal is to make an impression check again, that I in fact have to do.
Yeah, go ahead and make an impression. Roll diplomacy.
I will re-roll diplomacy. And hopefully do, well, a 34. Slightly better than a 30.
34. Okay. That is still a failure. So she listens to you talk. Starts to kind of yawn a bit. Yes, it's the same things that Vrexaris wants, and you say you don't know him, yet you babble on about the same sorts of things, yada yada yada. She seems kind of disinterested in this discussion a bit. Asher.
Oh boy. I don't know if do we want the same things as him? We've never met him. He's doing all this work. Everyone here seems to be either studying or dead or missing or not in their rooms. You're actually the first person who we found in their proper chambers. Do you guys visit each other often? Is that something you do if he comes here?
I've been known
do you guys hang out in here?
I've been known to make visits to his chambers and his to mine, but no. We at the Runeforge tend to stick to our own business for the most part, except when perhaps I'm gathering new friends for our lovely house of love here. And she kind of gestures around the room.
So no one in here really works together.
I wouldn't say so, no. Life is like that, darling. We're all in it for our own interests. And that's about a minute's worth of time. Greshy?
I suppose that's a good question. Then what exactly are your interests? I mean, we're fresh blood here, but we've also got information from the outside world. Perhaps we could barter.
And why should I barter with you? What do you have to give me? Tell me a bit more about yourselves.
What
You
we're
say you're from the outside world, but... She kind of lets that trail off. She's asking Greshy specifically.
Right, I'm a dwarf, I suppose. I don't know what else to tell you. There's snow outside. There's mountains, I suppose. It's been some thousands of years, I think, since back in the time of the Runelords, so not sure what all you remember, but most of it's gone. Be quite different out there for you. New adventures, and I imagine gets boring in here, don't it?
Go ahead and roll diplomacy as a make an impression attempt.
It's gonna go splendid. How bad could it be? 26.
I just think it would be hilarious if you'd like nat 20 that and out of all
I
of
was
us.
hoping, there was a
Like,
part of me that was really
and-
hoping for the nat 20, but
Like out of all these three characters, she ends up the most interested in the trash covered druid with mismatched clothes.
it's looking close.
Hearing you talk, she begins to just kind of like roll backwards in her bed. She's like completely disinterested in you. Please, someone. Just tell me what you're here for. Top of the round.
It's her charm, I suppose.
Yeah. If you didn't come here to have fun with me, and you didn't come here on Vraxaris' behalf, just tell me what you want and get it over with. I'm doing quite fine here, as you can see. I have all of the love I could ever want. And I certainly don't need the outside world for my enjoyment. Gunn.
Well, ideally, we would like to speak with Vraxaris and ask him some questions. If he were willing and able to answer them, that would be a help to us in our quest. And should we succeed, it's likely that your whole arrangement here would be able to continue. But if we fail in our mission, this could all come crashing down at any time. As soon as Karzug comes back, he'll probably snap this place up once his forces are ready. And he has quite a lot of forces gathering.
But the
Well,
Runelords
meanwhile,
aren't
I haven't
supposed to
seen
set
him-
foot in this place, she says, kind of.
Well, he personally
twisting
might
her
not,
hair.
but he could send... He has a number of powerful minions who would likely be sent in to wrest control of this place away before any of his peers could complete their recovery.
They could
Alternatively,
try. I suppose
you
I
know
could do with a
this
few
information,
more.
you could tell us.
You want to speak with Rexaris, why don't you just go talk to him? What he has to do
We
is
don't know
none
where
of
he
my
is.
business. He's presumably in his, what do they call it? The Shimmering Veils? She seems kind of annoyed. Asher.
Well, that was my request, I guess. But I guess she kind of did answer it, if she thinks he's not here. Do I need to do a check or anything to see if, like, she's being honest with us that he's not here?
Sure, that'd be a sense motive. So, perception check?
Okay. Oh, there's the natural one. So I'm pretty sure that she's not being honest with us. I think he's here.
Sure, I'll let
And
you
regardless of-
believe whatever you think that natural one would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regardless of what she says, I kind of think he's here.
Yeah, you feel suspicious of her. But Asher, it is your turn.
The other, I don't remember where we just were, but it seems like the other Runelords, for whatever it's worth, are somewhat not obsessed with, but they're trying to make weapons against each other. You don't know how or why, but you're not concerned with that kind of thing, even if people in here are doing it.
Runelords? You mean the other...
Oh, not the Runelords, sorry.
The other wings.
The other
Scholars, the other
wardens of
wings,
the
my bad.
Runeforge?
Yeah.
They can make whatever weapons they want. They're not getting in here. Unless I allow it.
Ooh, what stops them from getting in here without your permission?
My children. Me. Never underestimate the power of enchantment when it wants things to happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Could you teach us anything about that?
About what? Enchantment?
Are you asking?
I'm asking because it's something that Karzuk is weak to. Seems like maybe there's something we should know.
Go ahead
I don't
and roll diplomacy. That's a request.
Oh dear.
How bad could it be, I suppose?
Oh. Wait, what points? I have 5 points. Give me those 5.
Oh boy.
Where? Oh dear. I actually want to use my hero point in this one scenario. I never use my hero point.
Well, okay. God.
Oh, I got a 34 plus 5 for a 41.
39?
39.
Oh, sorry, 39. I can't do math.
That's fine.
Tired day.
39. Okay.
Ha.
She listens to what you have to say. Teach you the art of lust. She has like a kind of quirk in her eye. I'm fine teaching you such a thing, she says, with kind of like a wink and a smile.
Me.
Her disposition improves to friendly. Just towards Asher.
Yay.
I figured as
No. I'm not good with
remember your
questions.
bonuses as well, so, and penalties.
much. Are negatives
Oh
really?
shit.
Yeah.
I have -2, or is it -1?
I guess
Yeah,
I get a
same.
+1, so it would have been a 40.
Yeah.
Either way.
I mean, mine would have been worse, I suppose.
Well, now she's friendly towards me, I guess.
Sure. What do you want to learn exactly? Greshy, it's your turn.
Well, now I'm not entirely sure how to make it best of all of this. Perhaps,
You don't have to do anything on your turn if you don't want to.
Oh,
It's
okay,
just
good. I'm just going to...
It's just an option for you to, if you want to contribute to the conversation, that's your chance.
I have nothing to contribute that wouldn't just be detrimental, so I will let others do the talking as best they can.
Okay,
No.
so Greshy kind of stews a bit, thinking about.
I'm just going to lean back into Phelan. Not quite doing the Homer Simpson, but trying.
So
Kinda
Delvaheen suddenly kind of her interest peaked. She'll kind of lean back up and lean so far forward that her like breasts touch the duvet on the bed, and she'll kind of like crawl her way towards the edge of the bed and like hang herself just over the edge to look at you real close as Asher like pulls his face back a little bit.
I will quirk an eyebrow and check with Asher whether he seems to be enchanted or not. Like I'm gonna just try to examine perception, I guess.
That'll be on your turn. You can do that.
Oh, I thought you just said it was my.
No, sorry, it's
Okay.
Delvaheen's turn currently.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. So she crawls forward and is looking at Asher. And sorry, I'm thinking of what she'd say here. So you're not working with Vraxaris, yet you want to learn how to defeat the Runelords? Or defeat Karzug at least? I could certainly show you. I have something that Vraxaris wanted. I don't know how he was going to use them, but I could be persuaded to part with it, she says, delightfully licking her lips and looking directly at Asher. Gunn.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna read Asher's reaction here. So what is
Okay.
Asher's reaction? I guess I'll.
Well,
Or you
she
just
has
delay
a thing that
perception,
we
but-
want.
If you want, you can delay
Well-
until after Asher's turn, or you can just roll now.
I'm checking.
Okay.
Oh, okay, all right. I wanted to check whether Asher seems to be enchanted, right? Because I think, like I said, I think Asher is actually the strongest of us against enchantment.
Mhm.
The dumbest.
But
Strongest.
The most hard-headed of the bunch.
and also it seems like he just made a very successful play. So like, if that was his goal, then I'm gonna let it sort of play out and be like, all right, Asher is doing well. Maybe I can support that somehow.
Yeah, so watching, you don't see... So while Delvaheen has been kind of noodling around the bed, she doesn't seem to have cast any spells, and Asher, for his part, doesn't seem to be affected by anything. He maybe even barely understands what she's currently doing. But yeah, he doesn't seem
maybe
to
this
be
will be
enchanted.
good for Asher.
She doesn't know.
How could this be good for Asher?
Ooh.
I mean,
could
you
anything
can't go
here
through
be
your
good for
whole
Asher?
life. You can't go
Comfy
through your whole
beds.
life, just
Still.
not knowing certain things.
All right, is that Gunn's turn? He just looks and
Asher
thinks about
is-
it. And
I'll say, And
Oh.
what would you be looking for in payment for such information and or objects?
Well, the creation of such an object requires that the participant engage in acts of lust. It can be with me, or it can be by yourself, or it could be with one of your friends here, if you so choose.
A hug.
When you put it that way, it does kind of seem like this is the best option.
Asher,
thanks, Asher.
it's your turn.
Yeah.
So Brexers wants this item. Getting this item will help us. How? If it's for him? That's a question.
Well, he needed items of extreme potency, filled with magic that opposes the Runelords. For Karzug's case, he needs an item of divine lust, and one of pure pride. He tasked me with creating such artifacts of lust, but I haven't seen him in so long. Oh. She just kind of gives that a little moan there.
Oh, I see. So he's just not here to do it. Well,
If you want to take it from me, you can have it.
oh, well,
But
that's
only
very nice.
if you help.
Oh.
It doesn't have to hurt if
I'm
you
gonna
don't
look
want
at
it
Gunn and Greshy.
to.
That's good. I didn't think it was going to until just now.
So you look back at Gunn and Greshy. It's Greshy's turn.
Yeah, I'm like, oh.
Starting over here. I don't even know what's going on now.
At
Oh,
least she said it
criminy.
didn't have to be with her. I can choose.
Well, that would be something to be clear here. Is that what's on the table? Also, how full of shit is she at this point? 'Cause I'm now very.
Yeah, go and roll perception.
It
to sense
sounds like it's reasonable, but I'm starting to doubt. 42 to try and
42.
see.
Okay.
40s. Excuse me. I'm with the negatives.
40 with the
it's
minus
40
2.
even.
Okay, that is still a success here. So, despite how ridiculous this sounds, it seems like she's being genuine. You maybe don't get the sense that. Well, you get the sense that maybe she's already created some of these items, and no one would have to do anything, but she seems pretty set on someone creating one for her.
Great.
But
Fabulous.
that's your intuition.
That's my guess there. Okay. Well, when you say acts of lust, does it have to be lust, or can it be acts of love?
She thinks, well, as long as they are acts of extreme pleasure. If love is more your style, then sure, you could use these objects to create love. Beautiful love. She kind of swoons.
Well, I don't see any reason why Asher couldn't do something loving. He seems the sort.
Right. Gotta find
I don't like
someone
that she
to
just
fall in
laid
love
down
with.
like that.
She
I'm-
rolls onto the other side of the bed.
And I'm attempting to give Asher the aid action by
What are
supporting
you
him
aiding? Oh.
in another diplomacy check. Is
Oh,
the idea.
good.
I'm supporting you, hopefully
As
moving
your
in a
friend.
way that isn't this weird woman doing things.
Okay, what skill are you using to support? Just diplomacy?
Oh, that was diplomacy. I was
Okay.
trying to talk her down, hopefully away from the lust stuff, and talk Asher towards being, his merry self when he can be.
Okay, you'll get to roll the diplomacy if Asher does a diplomacy check.
Sounds great.
Dildaheen's turn. So yeah, she's kind of flopped onto the other side of the bed near Gunn. Well, I'm more than willing to help you all in the creation of such an artifact, but I'm a busy lady. I don't have all day. If you're going to do it, then fine. But if not, then I suggest you leave soon. I'm feeling ravenous. Gunn. She's like dramatically laid her arm over the side of the bed, as if she were in great distress.
Since I'm still sustaining familiar space, how
Mhm.
are the I want to check the minions of hers outside. Are they reacting differently? Are they also like, I guess, are they like linked to her mood? Is there a lot of activity in this hive?
Give me a perception check.
Not
Me
great.
too. Yeah, as far as you can tell, they seem to be just kind of flitting about, dancing around Rock, much to his chagrin, perhaps. Or his complete indifference. But
Maybe
eventually
Rock
one of
can
them breaks away.
take off and fly around and keep an eye on that one, but just mostly doing like circles around the room.
Okay. So he just kind of flaps his wings and start to
And
get up and fly about.
yeah, meanwhile, on the inside here, oh god, our cat, that was
I'm not going to repeat that one.
too
If you want to see the
much.
jokes, you'll have to watch the chat live, or on youtube.com/third.
See, so, well, Asher, that if that's what you want to do, then we can certainly give you space.
Oh,
Otherwise,
boy.
we can all clear out here together. It's your decision.
I'm not entirely sure what you're advocating for.
We need this item. We have to save the world.
Asher.
Maybe you'll gain some knowledge from this as well about
Right.
the things that are out there in the world.
Gunn, do you think I'm stupid? Asher asking the dumbest member of the party.
It's not sarcastic. It's a genuine question.
Yeah. So
Definitely not.
Asher stands up and kind of
I would say shelter.
dusts himself. So where do I need to do that? What do I who? Where? I don't know how to do this. Do I just stand here and do it?
Delvaheen sits up, seeing that you've expressed some interest again. She gestures over to behind her to the curtain. Just in my back room. All the implements are there.
Oh boy. Okay.
But I'd only ask those who are intending to join in enter. Lust is a very
Greshy,
personal thing.
Greshy, would you like to know?
as an aside, did you cast status today? Didn't we decide that we were going to do that?
Please don't status me.
I think we did that this morning.
That was not the case. That is not one of the prepared spells on my list.
Really? Huh.
Correct.
Okay.
I think we may have discussed it, but long since have I had that list prepared.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, I did not remember to prepare it at the time, and it's been weeks.
Yeah.
So I can't go back. Anyway, unfortunately, or fortunately, there's got to be some other way. I don't feel right with him going
Well,
in
it's
there.
currently Asher's turn, so Asher.
What has to be done? All right. To be clear, Asher kind of looks at her. It's like, you're not my type. No offense. So I don't know if you're gonna come in there with me, but it might not be a good idea.
Well, I'll show you how everything works, and then I'll sit back.
Oh boy.
You don't mind if I watch, do
Oh,
you?
you're still gonna be in there.
I have to give you guidance, pointers.
No.
You don't want to
that's-
hurt yourself with the tools.
Why are there tools? I don't remember. Why are there tools? What if I don't want to? I'm okay without those. I'm all right.
Gear, toys, if you will. You'll have to
Oh,
use
boy.
one.
That
That's what you'll
seems
be
like a
imbuing
lot.
with power.
Oh, I get to choose a thing. Oh, that's fun.
Yes, I
Maybe I
have
could choose a
many
really
such
small
objects.
thing. Oh my
Oh.
god. Ash is gonna come out with like a dildo with magic. We're gonna have to give it to someone. This is great. Alright. Alright, okay.
I don't
Does
have
anyone
to
else
watch if
want
you
to
don't
do
want.
this? Before
I'll
You're all welcome to take
Gunn,
I'm gonna-
part.
I'm gonna-
Greshy.
I'm gonna step over to Asher, put my hand on his shoulder, and cast
Oh.
heroism.
Oh boy. The most heroic act I've ever had to do.
Sure. I'll allow the round to skip over to Delvaheen is she's already been talking. Sure, Gunn, you can walk over and cast heroism, sure.
I mean, that's just 2 actions. So
Well, 1 to walk and then 2 to heroism, yeah.
Mhm. Oh, fair enough.
Okay. You walk over and cast heroism. Asher is enveloped with a slight green aura. You feel your spirits kind of perk up. You feel... I'm not going to go any further.
I feel good about myself.
Yeah.
Poor Asher. We send him off. Go, my wonderful child, into the.
That's why I was asking if love was an option. Perhaps you don't have to go in there and do whatever this is if we can find a way to do the same
Kick
thing through an
kiss
expression of love
somebody.
instead.
Well, who do I love? It's fine if I do it by myself. If anyone else so much as comes near me, I'm gonna have a problem.
I just keep a sword handy or something.
I need a curtain. I need
Oh,
quiet,
there's
maybe some nice
plenty of
music.
curtain. Here,
Oh,
come,
good.
child.
And
Alright.
Delvaheen will get up off of the bed and make her way over towards the back curtain, part it, and then step through. And kind of gesture for you to follow.
Toddles over. I just looks at everyone as he goes in. He's like, ah.
Seems like such a terrible idea.
You all owe me. Every one of you.
as Asher makes his way through the curtain to the back room. So this
Oh, it's
back room
pillows.
is just filled with pillows and objects of sexual nature scattered about the room. Many of them pulse slightly with soft pink energy. And she will just kind of lead you over towards the back of the room where there's a single candelabra lit. And she gestures around.
Here, take your pick of object. Any of these will do. Bring pleasure to yourself in whatever way you feel comfortable. They've already been enhanced by my touch.
Oh, that's good. What are my
And-
object choices, Jason?
Can you describe them in intricate detail?
What are they?
I have
You have a
suggestions. I'm sure we can find some.
So I can provide you with a list, or you can pick what you think. So literally any sex toy would be in this room. Asher can effectively take his pick once Delvahina's gone. Also, you don't have to tell me. Well, I guess you should pick something so that we know what the object is. But she comes back in for a sec.
You'll need to take a good... she thinks... hour or so with each object you want to imbue, but feel free to make as many as you'd like. Vraxaris told me that he would need one such object per weapon that he wished to create. So by all means, create as many as you desire.
And then she will exit the room again.
I hope she tells you guys that. Can you tell my friends that? It's going to take a while.
You say that? Okay.
Yeah.
Delvahiden comes back and she'll go sit on the throne.
Your friend is safe in there. He wishes to not be disturbed, so please don't. But, she says as she kind of leans back and, opens her nightgown slightly. He might take a little bit of time, maybe a couple of hours, so please, if you wish to rest, by all means.
She just waves to the beds.
Or you can wait outside. Whatever's most comfortable for you all, though I do appreciate the eye candy.
I am going to stay here with Phelan, if that's all right. We'll wait for Asher.
I'll sit on this bed here and wait as well.
Okay, so you go up to the bed closest to Greshy and just take a seat on it. Okay. So probably around this point, your vision on Rock would fade.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't see anything interesting.
As it fades out, I'll let him know that we're going to be here for a while, and he can just settle down and wait for us.
All right. Asher. If you wish to make any objects, how many objects would you like to make?
I was going to make 3.
Okay.
And I'm trying to think of a third item that will be slightly PG for later.
I suppose it doesn't have to be totally PG.
I pick up one of the dildos and be like, and we give this to him as a gift. All right, it's gonna be, yeah. I like that because I find it funny. Okay. So the 3 items I have are a dildo, the sparkliest one, the ball of a ball gag, and a collar. Because I'm like, oh, collars, those are nice. All right. And those are my 3.
Okay, so that'll take 3 hours to make those.
Boy, oh boy.
I'm
gonna try going the love route for the first one to see if that works before continuing and seeing if I have to do the others in a different way.
Okay. I mean, I guess I don't know what Asher's experience level is with these sorts of things, but yeah, I'll say that the loving yourself route is perfectly acceptable here.
It's self-care time. It's fine.
Yeah, self-care. Asher hasn't had time for self-care,
Light some
and
candles.
now he's 3 hours.
Something aromatic.
Himself in a room.
Yeah. There's a nice, lovely scent of roses in the room, and lilacs, wafting up from an incense burner, as Asher makes time for self-care, to love himself, as
Nice,
the rest of
comfy
you
room.
just chill and relax in the other room. Yeah, self-care with a ball gag, a collar, and a dildo. Yep. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to get
using
into
it, he's flapping it around, slapping it against the wall. La la la.
You're just
Yeah,
playing. Do
No way.
those ball gags bounce?
I guess they're usually probably rubber, so probably. I don't know if they're
Perhaps you
quite
could
built
just
to
be-
bounce.
Asher could just be bouncing off of a wall.
Baps it around as a cat, like bounces it off the wall. Like, yeah, this is great. I haven't gotten to do this in a while.
So I'll leave it up to your imaginations then, what exactly goes on in that room. But there are some interesting sounds of.
Donk, donk, donk.
I start hearing animal noises and I'm concerned, but
Some
nobody's
cute
called for help
purring
yet, so I'm
sound.
going to let it be. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Once you're done with each object, each of the three, their glow. Well, so as you're interacting with each object, the glow of them begins to intensify, and it's once. I mean, you kind of have lost track of time, but once you're in there for roughly an hour, the item kind of reaches peak glow, and seems to kind of stay that way. If you like try to interact with an object for a bit and then go to interact with something else, the glow starts to fade. But once you get it into that peak state, it stays fully glowing and seems to not ever fade again. And so over the course of these 3 hours, you're able to get the three artifacts of Asher Love prepared and ready.
Hugs and love. My
Okay.
platonic items.
I mean, that's what I was kind of imagining, just expressing great love and
Like I said,
appreciation for people.
imagine whatever you want to imagine.
I like the
and
self-care.
I will
I like that
not.
route.
Care.
I will
Reading.
not.
I put on a blindfold and
confirm
take
or
a nap.
deny.
Oh, such a good nap.
Okay, so eventually, Asher, I presume you emerge with the 3 items?
Yep.
All right.
We'll never come out again.
Asher's just having a
What's-
good time. Why would he want to leave?
What is the expression on Asher's face as he emerges?
I had just 3 hours of self-care. I'm feeling pretty good. There were pillows in there. I have 3 powerful items for my friends.
He is.
One of them is different than the others. I thought it would be a funny joke.
So Asher is like a bit beaming as he steps out of the room, and has under his arm 3 brightly glowing pink objects. One of them is also sparkly.
Sparkly and pink.
Asher just gonna hand them out, or
I mean, I didn't
make
think you
everyone
guys
pick?
wanted them,
No?
but if you do, you can pick your favorite. I made this one for. I mean, now I'm showing you, it's probably not as funny as what was in my head, but this one's for Vixaris. The other
Alright,
ones
then.
are just for us.
So as Asher, you come out and your party looks at you and asks you some questions. Delvaheen will get up and make her way over towards you.
Oh, these are fine artifacts, aren't they?
And she'll reach out to sort of get close to touching one, but then
No. These are for your hands alone. I shouldn't touch them. I hope you enjoyed yourself in Delvaheen's House of Pleasure.
I did. It was very comfortable.
Good.
And we're
Thank
glad there were no
you.
black lights.
Well,
Not in there.
if you all want to stay and spend more time with me, you're more than welcome.
she says as she gets on a bed and starts writhing around.
Or you can stay here and rest if you so choose. Or you can get out.
So I take it she's not interested in answering any more questions.
I doubt it. I think
Let's-
taking our leave.
count our
What?
victories and
she
Our way.
glances at Gunn. What questions?
Hmm. Such as, have you actually met any of the Runelords?
The Runelords? No. I was born here in the Runeforge long after Earthfall happened. I've never met Mistress Sorshan, but I've heard she's quite a nice lady.
Anybody else want to chime in?
So, say I went to the world outside of here, and I wanted to come back to see your wonderful place again. How would I leave and come back? Is there a way out or out and in easy, or do you not know that?
Getting out... You came into the Runeforge, why don't you tell me? I've always been here my whole life.
Oh, that's true.
And I've never wanted to leave. Vrexeris said he had some kind of plan to get out, but I'm not sure.
Ooh.
You'll have to talk to him if you want to know more. I'm sure he's just in his boring old study at this point.
He's the one to ask, I guess.
Now we just have to figure out how to get into his study. You wouldn't happen to
get
know
into his
where
study.
his study
It's,
was.
Yeah, it's in the back, behind the... You know, the huge peacock statue. It's behind some glass there. It's a fake wall.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
And that would make sense. Illusion, after all.
Oh, no, we
Yes,
have
he
to
was
deal
always
with
quite
his
fond of those.
Many...
That's true, but we would have to deal with those clones, unless you happen to know of ways to keep them busy. Do you think they'd want to come and visit you?
I've had my fill of Vrexeris's body for a lifetime, I think. I've moved on to nicer, better things, newer things. She says with a smile. But if the real thing wants to stop by, tell him I said hi.
So
Suppose that's
suspicious. But I guess if Asher didn't see him in there,
Nope. A lot of pillows, and I was in there for 3 hours.
Just romping and playing. Well, I think we ought to take our leave.
yeah, I agree.
Good, I grow bored. Lillian, please come with me. I've been entirely too bored with these gentlemen. And she and one of the shining children make their way into the back room.
I'm going to shrink Phelan down and we're just going to start leaving.
Oh! There's a flash of light from the curtains.
And we're leaving faster.
Ooh, I don't want to be blinded.
Okay. You grab Phelan and start moving out.
Hi, Phelan down the hall. Hi.
Once you
Wait,
get to
there's a way
there, you
out?
can pass through.
Oh, here they are.
I can't. There you go. And I assume Gunn does the same.
Yeah.
Lovely gentleman.
Yes, the Cloud Giants have moved on from
Ooh.
from making out to full-on intercourse over here. But you just casually pass through and leave them be. These three were actually kind of assembled near the entrance. And when you come out, they all and kind of scatter.
Keep moving.
Call out for Rock. Rock, we're leaving.
Okay. A rock flies on over to you. And Greshy is just speed walking his way out.
Out. Nothing to do with any of this. All this is
Greshy's
bad.
going so fast.
We're going.
You look. Look at the items.
We can look at them out of here. Let's keep moving.
Asher is waving them around.
Away from all this nonsense.
Ooh.
All right, so you
Asher.
guys can. Oh, go ahead.
Thank you for
Oh.
your hard work in there on our behalf.
You know, it wasn't as bad as most of the other things I have had to do. Like watching my
suppose-
friends die or dying,
Hmm.
getting hit with giant arrows to the face. I think that's one of the more pleasant things I've had to do.
Aye, that could have been much worse. But thank you anyway.
It had
Appreciate
its
it.
risks,
You're welcome.
nonetheless.
All right. So, leaving the Iron Cages of Lust with 3 artifacts of lust in hand. Oops. Did I not successfully move?
And going back to the cages of lust.
There we go. All right. You make your way back to the central area. What do you guys want to do?
Oh,
Deliver the gift.
Well, we still haven't found Drexeris, but I guess we now know that there's a secret room. And we do have something to bring that we know he's interested in, so perhaps his disciples will not fight us if we just go in there.
We could try.
Unless they're
Suppose.
totally pre-programmed clones that can't make decisions.
I have no idea. They did seem pretty fixated on us not disturbing him.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where I'm hoping if we present these,
Maybe if we stand in the middle of the room and shout that we
They
have
can-
them.
well, they can disturb him if they want to take it to him or something. And maybe we can go along, is my thought. Otherwise, if we know where approximately it's out, it's someplace behind the statue, she said. So,
Mm-hmm.
see if we can find it ourselves if need be.
Yeah, we could go back into Pride rather than exploring new chambers for the time being.
Well, Asher was at it for a few hours there. But I'm still feeling pretty good still, I think. Correct? Not feeling particularly tired at all still?
Nope. You all feel just as peppy as you ever have been.
Are we... do we feel that we could prepare new spells?
You think about it. You're not really sure. You'd have to, like, sit down and try.
Would that be worth trying first?
I suppose we could. I mean, it's up to you. It's more a question of... I'm more annoyed at the fact that I'm realizing we're going to have to start tracking hours. A bit more carefully.
Have a sand clock.
Could do. Could try and make something.
How long does that take normally? An hour?
To make a sand clock?
No, to prepare spells.
I mean, I haven't made one before, Gunn, but I imagine I don't really have the tools necessary.
You know, like
I have all
sand.
the sand in my pocket.
Glass, perhaps. But,
yeah.
believe
Spell
an hour
preparation
for
takes about an
preparations.
hour. Yeah.
mhm. So,
Would
yeah.
would we know whether it was working before spending the full hour or not?
Get
Get
I mean,
the
you have to like
go.
get out all your stuff and set up your
Nothing happens.
rituals, and
Mm-hmm.
and then you'd probably feel like you wouldn't go through the full hour before knowing.
Okay. Should we try?
suppose. Asher, do you want to play with your new toys for a minute while we give this a shot. Oh, actually, you have some
Asher
stuff to prepare too.
prepares. Too. We all
Asher
prepare.
does have the cantrips to prepare, so
I do have something to do.
hey, we can
I
we
think
can
I
meditate and
prepare
try and
stuff
see if we can
for
reach
you.
nature from here. A little bit weird.
Well, you need a
Pretty close
spot
to nature
to do it,
already.
like an appropriate, like
Probably
place.
still feeling close to nature. That one felt
Go
flat.
down the
Okay.
hallway if we want.
I was going to say there is this entry hallway.
There's a little thing at the
Mhm.
bottom.
Just go all the way down there.
Greshy makes his way down the central, the eighth hallway that doesn't seem to lead to any particular rune area. It's the one that you came in through the portal from. On the far back wall is a painted image of the portal that you emerged through, with like an image of the icy cathedral behind it. It basically looks like one of those Mario 64 paintings of a location on the wall. Yeah, you can all make your way into this chamber. There's only one way in, so it's pretty easy to watch, or to keep watch should you need.
I would like to inspect the painting and just double check that there's nothing fishy about it.
Okay.
When we asked the quill, we asked, what, if anything, prevents one from leaving the Ruin Forge? And the answer was thirst for knowledge. So it sounds like, if you believe that, there shouldn't really be anything. It's not like the lack of an exit
Well,
would have
right.
I guess once
been a
all
big
our questions are
thing
answered,
that would have hopefully been mentioned.
we're thirsty for knowledge right now.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Greshy, you wanted to go and investigate the painting. Sure,
Aye.
either perception or crafting, either one.
Let's do crafting then. Sounds fun. Not a great roll on that, but 30 even.
Okay. You hop down off Phala and then waddle your way to the back of the room to look at the painting. The colors are very striking. You're not sure what inks these might be, like what paints they've used to actually make this painting. You can run your hand over it, but it just seems like paint to you. Doesn't appear to be not an illusion. No, you also have read aura, I think, right, or detect magic? Maybe not.
I do. Read aura.
Read aura. Okay. Yeah, you're not getting any latent magical aura off of it. That's not just like the lights in the room. Yeah, for all intents and purposes, it seems to just be purely decoration, representative.
Impressive it's lasted this long, though. But then again, many things in here have.
Yeah, it seems like it was almost like painted yesterday. It's like that fresh looking. It's very vivid.
So I suppose we can try and rest here if you wish to.
Maybe we need to. Yeah, let's do one possible way or thing that we might need to do to exit would be if we had to contact someone on the outside and get them to open the way again. That could be pretty difficult.
I mean, I don't know if we can. We're not in the same plane.
Mm-hmm. We ended up selling that wand of plane shift, didn't we?
I believe
To
so.
the collector.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you sell the wand of plane shift?
Mhm.
I don't. Oh, I didn't remember
Oops.
selling it.
He offered us quite a
I
bit for
figured
it.
we were keeping it for this. Oh no.
No, we might be pretty stuck.
Whoops.
if we needed to use
Never
that to get back.
leave.
Yeah, one of you remembers the wand of plane shift that Mukmurian had that seemed to be related to his quest for the Rune Forge. And you remember handing it off to a merchant and getting a bunch of gold for it. Okay. But yeah, if you guys are going to try and, rest slash get your spells prepared.
It seems like we don't need to rest. So I was just going to go straight to preparing.
Sure. Yeah. So you start to kind of set up your usual rituals to Erastil. You have like a satchel of dirt, a small seed, a few like animal bones, and usually lay those out around you and like light some small incense. And you think about it and are like trying to reach your connection to Erastil, and they're trying to like place that connection. Like normally when you try to reach out too early to your god to reach out to the 9 doors that Erastil usually presents you with, through which you can find all of your spells. When you try to do that too early, the gates just feel very far away. That forest, that glen that you usually envision in your mind is usually very distant. And as you get closer to it, you're like more and more rested, or like enough time has passed, and you're getting the sense that you still need a couple more hours before you're able to reach that connection again. Like it still feels like it's a little bit too soon, but it doesn't feel too far away. Just maybe like 3 or 4 hours, and you'll be able to reach that point. Much the same goes for Greshy and Asher if they're also setting up for their own spell preparation rituals. It just feels not quite ready. But you could wait if you wanted.
I'm going back and double checking. We may not have actually sold that wand.
I feel like
At least our sheet says we didn't.
I didn't think you did. I remember giving you a price, but I don't think you sold it.
Right.
Huh.
I'm showing in the sheet that we were retaining it for the party stash.
Oh,
I could be wrong
okay.
about that. And I'm going through the history too to make sure. But
Thank
Works for
you,
me.
because in my head I was like, I feel like we didn't.
I know
but
I
don't
know I went
where.
back and forth about it because it was a lot of gold that was offered.
Mm-hmm.
And that could have bought us a lot of other things, so I wasn't sure, but it's also a very unusual, uncommon item.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Do
don't
we want to
know whose inventory that's in currently.
It's
but-
probably in either Greshy. Well, it's in either Greshy or Gunn's bag. I would imagine Gunn's, really.
Maybe.
I'm going to assume it's in Gunn's bag.
Where's that pin with there it is. Checking the numbers on the thing anyway.
Well, I'll let you guys confirm the location of the missing wand of plane shift later. It's like Gunn digs around for
not
his
important
bag.
at all.
He's like, "Wait a sec, did I lose it?" And you can't think of where it is currently, but maybe it'll pop up in a pocket or something next session.
Well, I guess we did say, because we like the numbers on the cash match up with it being kept, so
Huh.
yeah, I guess we kept
We'll
it.
see if we find it later, but
Already
unless
did
we
that.
really want to leave now.
Oh, it was the robe that we sold for so much.
That's what
Oh,
it
yes.
was. It
Yeah,
was
you
the
sold the
fancy robe that I was so torn about
Mhm.
it being fancy, but also it being expensive to sell.
Yeah, the wand was the only the second or third most expensive thing we found. So I think you're right. Totally kept it. Okay. Oh, here it is. Okay.
Thank
Ah,
goodness.
Okay, so yeah, you find it. It was
Well, it's a
tucked away in a back
coincidence I found
pouch.
it.
This is perhaps how we meant to leave then.
Gunn,
Ah,
can you do us a favor and not put that someplace we're going to lose it?
Oh yes.
Kind of important. We need
Yeah.
that.
That's-
But I mean, we don't have to leave right now unless we
I
need
had
to.
it in a safe place. That's why I couldn't recall exactly. It just wasn't in with all the other things.
That we're
I
also in
know
safe
that
places.
feeling.
Mm.
You put it exactly where you knew you'd remember it.
And then I don't know where it is.
Okay, well, shall we? So between going back to Greed and attempting to speak with,
The pride, you mean?
sorry, going back to Pride and attempting to speak with Brexaris, or waiting here for some number of hours, doing some preparation first. Any preference?
I have no real preference, though it occurs to me. Question of safety. Are we safe here, or should we be trying to leave to prepare to rest and overnight? Downside is that puts us back in the cold, most likely, but
Well,
I don't think we should leave.
if we leave,
that was my concern.
Yeah.
I'm not certain that we'll be able to use the keys to enter again.
Star.
Also, the
Do you
outside
have a way
world
to leave
might not.
currently?
Well, if this wand works,
We're making an assumption there, of course, but
For the wand to work, you'd know that you'd need a focus. You need a tuning fork, attuned to the plane that you're trying to go to.
that's right.
Oh, that's what we were trying to buy at one
we were trying to find one we never did before we got here.
Tuning fork.
Oh dear.
But who would buy a tuning fork for their own plane? That would be silly.
Crazy. Well, so basically we're stuck here. Let's go check out Pride and talk to them.
Yeah, might as well.
If they're not willing to talk again, we can come back. But
Casting plane shift again allows you to return to your previous plane unless there are extenuating circumstances.
We'd have to
But
cast
you
it
didn't-
the first time.
Yeah, you had to cast it
We
the
didn't
first
come
time.
here via plane shift, that's true, but
Aye,
perhaps
correct.
that was what the portal does, and thus a second cat. Like
Yeah, you
it would
could
be
try.
worth a try if we can't find an exit.
Yeah.
But I don't think we should try right now because of the off chance that we then can't get back in again using the keys.
not quite the trade-off we were looking for. Let's go talk to the people of Pride. It's just
Right now?
Have a chat.
aye.
Sure.
Worst thing that'll happen is they'll be not want to talk to us, and we'll leave again.
Yeah, I suppose.
And we'll go back
And
and
also, I'm
fight
going to
them.
feel a bit grungy again, and I don't appreciate that much.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just had self-care, so
I don't.
maybe I'll just neutral myself out there.
We'll find out. And we're gonna head over to Pride
Yeah, let's
again.
Let's go back to Pride.
Okay.
Gather up all our things again.
Cool. Let me put you guys over here. Okay. So you guys return to the central chamber and then make your way over towards the Pride Wing. Let me double check the Shimmering Veils.
The veils, shimmering veils.
Okay. Okay, you make your way back through the halls. Asher and Greshy, you feel uncomfortable from the mirrors. Gunn, you feel boosted by them. It's Veils time. Okay.
Veils time.
You can sort yourself in whatever order. I assume it's something like this again.
That's about right.
Back.
I can't get the... Okay. Move as you will. You reach that T-junction again.
Oh, shite. Did we broke those mirrors, right?
Yeah, but did
Yeah.
they re-heal themselves? I don't know if mirrors can do that.
Let's
Do you think?
let's have Asher,
So as
Look
you
around
as
the
you
corner.
approach,
and if they're not broken, he can shoot them again.
Oh yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Looking for the thing. I see. Okay. So as you approach Asher, you can see that the there were some shards that had been on the ground from I think Greshy shattering some mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
They
Aye.
are placed back into position on the mirrors that were broken, but they just seem to be like glued up there. They're still clearly cracked, but the shards have been replaced.
Manual maintenance.
On
Alright,
just some
I'm
mirrors in the
gonna-
hallway.
I'm gonna take my bow out, ready to shoot a mirror if I see one,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna jump out.
Yeah, you jump out. I mean, you do see two mirrors, but no shadowy figures pop out of them.
They grew.
The
Okay.
glass has been all picked up and placed back into the mirrors themselves, but it is largely just kind of like glued together and not fully repaired. So you can kind of make out a distorted figure of yourself in the shards, but nothing happens.
All right, I think it's safe for now. Someone's been cleaning up.
All right,
Uh,
let's go through the.
Well, we'll move forward and start checking things out.
the secret walls, and then
Sure. Yeah, you split up at the T-junction, or don't split up. You all turn right.
No,
Looks
I
like.
don't.
We'll go south, rightly south.
Okay. Yeah, you all take the right turn and pass through the passageway. And you can see as you emerge the 6 Vrexerai. Here, I'll go on the other side of the mirror. You pass through the wall and you can see the 6 Vrexeras sitting just bowed in deference to the great golden peacock there. One of them sits up and turns his head to look towards you.
Ah, friends, you've returned. Have you come to pay homage to the Golden Peacock?
Perhaps in a sense, we have obtained something that your master very much wants, so to speak.
Myself.
I see. They all turn around and stand.
We regret to inform you that Master Vrexeras is busy at the moment, but if you wish to wait here, we will give it to him once he has returned.
Place a call? No, we're not giving it to him. We're trading it to him. And we would need to speak with him for that.
Very well.
He will
You may wait
likely
here.
be upset. He will likely be upset if he discovers that I'm going to try and trick their AI into like, yeah. He'll be very upset if he discovers that you've let this item escape his possession.
They look at each
If you don't let
other
us
and
speak with
then
him right now, we will leave again.
they all look at each other for a moment and then look back at you.
Master Vrexeras bid us express permission that he not be disturbed now or ever. That overrides all other actions. We will not allow you to see him until he is ready.
How will you know he's ready, exactly?
When he returns from his chambers. But for now, you will wait.
What if we promise not to disturb him?
They look at each other.
By
Then you
entering
will
while
wait.
entering his chambers. We'll enter his chambers and will not disturb him.
He gave express permission that he not be disturbed, that no one passes into his chambers. They begin to grow a bit agitated, and some of them
Does
start
that
to...
include you?
Some of them are starting to like reach for like wands and things. Our goal is to protect the
I'm
inner
just
sanctum.
Asking. Well, you certainly wouldn't want to enter it yourself in that case, right? That would definitely cause him to be disturbed.
Of course. We would not dare disturb the master.
Okay, thank you very much. We will wait.
Ability club.
They all
We will
turn
wait for a moment.
and bow to the golden peacock.
Okay, I'll wait so that it was true that I'm waiting.
Okay.
But then after waiting a short time,
What's
Let's
everybody
figure
else
out what we're
doing
gonna do
while Gunn's waiting?
Greshy's gonna come up and ask some questions about their peacock god and see what he can learn. Or at least maybe if they can tell him about Zandergul a bit too. He's also trying to divert attention away from whatever Gunn's about to do.
Do you need the dildo gun?
not immediately.
Maybe
Let
you
me
should take the
know.
ball gag in case he screams.
No, it's just a ball. I took the end part.
Or you just took the ball part. Okay.
Very safe for work in case I need it later.
Okay. So it seems like you're gonna try to create a diversion? Is that what you're
Sure.
attempting to do?
That sounds legitimate.
Let's see.
Which
So
skill is
this-
that? I don't forget.
Skill? Deception?
So normally be
I
deception.
mean, deception makes sense, I suppose.
This is kind of a weird use of it because I think you don't have the skill feats for it
Hmm.
to do the
What do you mean?
proper. Sorry, I'm looking it up.
Is there like a create a diversion skill action under deception?
I thought there was a create a diversion for other people versus creating a diversion for yourself, but I'll do.
No, there is.
Sure, you're trying to divert the attention towards you, which is a little bit weird, but yes, they. Yeah, go ahead and give me a deception check.
All right. How could it be? I mean, really? Another 26.
26. Okay. So Greshy comes over and starts talking to the Vrexerai. What are Gunn and Asher doing?
I will look at Asher, meet his eyes, look at the back
Aye.
wall, look back, and then put my hood up to go invisible.
Oh, the dildo though. Don't you need those?
Take the dildo first and then turn invisible.
Sure. You can throw it at me, and I'll.
Okay. So
Wait, should you do that here?
So you put up the hood, you go invisible. Okay.
And then I will start to sneak across around
Okay.
the
Give
room.
me actually let's go ahead and roll initiative just to because this is kind of an encounter here. So
Sounds
give me that would be stealth for initiative before you move. I'll give you the invisibility though.
Yes, sir.
Do I have to roll deception?
Yes, you do have to roll deception, Greshy.
Fine.
2 on the dice,
Uh,
20 initiative.
Asher, it depends on what he's trying to do.
Holy
If
hell.
if you're trying to be
Alright,
sneaky,
I'll take that.
it could be stealth or deception. If you're just trying to be alert and watchful, and perception is fine.
Yeah, I'm mostly being perceptive. Make sure nobody about to attack Gunn. Did I roll it? No. Yes, I did.
There it goes.
So fast.
Damn.
39.
Okay. All right. Asher. So you watch as Gunn puts his hood up, becomes invisible, and clearly is about to start to make a move. What do you do? You're the most perceptive here. You can see everything that's going on. You can react first.
I mean, I'm just making sure none of them just saw what happened. And if they do, if they're reacting poorly.
Okay, you're just trying to see if they have? If so,
Yes.
give me, that would be a seek action. You can pick like a burst. So you could pick either these three, the southern three, or the, sorry, I'm on the right layer. You either pick the three on the bottom or the three on the top, and roll
I'll
a
do
perception
the
check
bottom.
to see if you can tell if they've noticed anything.
Let's perceive the bottom lads.
Okay.
With a 38. Nope,
38.
38, 37? Is it -1 or 2?
It is -2, so that'd be 30,
Okay,
36.
36.
Okay. Versus... Okay. Asher, you can tell that all three of them seem to see... They all kind of glance over at Gunn as he's doing that, completely dismissing whatever... Like, they're not really paying attention to what Greshy's saying, they're watching you guys in the back. They watch Gunn put up his hood, and they're all starting to, like prepare themselves for combat.
Well, that's not good.
And it seems like they're going to react very quickly, so you have 2 actions before they do anything.
Well, I'm gonna tell Gunn, not loudly, but I'll whisper, I think they saw you, and draw my bow.
All right, guess we're fighting.
Okay, you're just drawing your bow as one action? You still have one more action left then.
Oh, I thought the whisper was one action.
No,
Nope, the
talking is
whisper's free.
Quick battle chatter.
You can do that differently then if you have quick draw or want to do something different.
Yeah, I'm just gonna... Well, I don't have quick draw anymore.
Okay.
I'm gonna step to
But
here,
yeah, you
actually.
can immediately tell they're about to go aggressive, like right after you.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I can't, like, ready anything, because I only have one more after I draw, so I'm just gonna step back here.
Okay, so you just draw your bow, get back, and whisper to Gunn. Okay. It is the Vraxeris' turn. They, watching Gunn go invisible, not really paying attention to Greshy's distraction, they immediately begin casting spells. So they all start like reaching for little bits of their component pouches, and all 6 of them are going to cast Mirror Image, but not Mirror Image actually. It looks like Mirror Image, but it's very colorful.
Well, I
Oh, boy.
apologize for bringing this one down on everyone's heads. Calling the spell underpowered.
Mm-hmm.
You called this spell shit? Well, they're gonna use it.
Well, guess what? When you have 6 of them, it's not bad.
All right. Well, so all 6 of them begin to immediately like split forms, and suddenly it looks like there's like dozens of them in the room, as they each begin to split into different colors of the shades of themselves, and their third actions are all gonna be drawing daggers. So they're all drawing daggers and splitting into multiple copies of themselves. Greshy, you are up.
Well, fuck. This went south real quick. Alright, I'm going to just bust out a chain lightning and start at the bottom. See how far north we get. So if they would start trying to dodge, please. AC 31, unfortunately, because I am in a very poor place, apparently.
Okay. Sorry, give you just a sec. I fucked something up. Well, roll 20 is being slow. That's what's happening. And come on. I believe in you. Roll. No, I don't really believe in you. Roll 20.
Does chain lightning and mirror image, does it bypass it because it's not an attack?
That is a good question. I believe we asked that question last time. Something like this happens, and I don't remember what my response was offhand. Sorry, Roll20 has now decided that it doesn't want to do anything. Let me reload it.
It just says any attack that would hit you.
Yeah, I think you could. I could read it
But
either
it
way.
specifically does talk about AC.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just attack rolls.
If an attack roll fails to hit your AC but doesn't critically fail, it destroys an image. If it is a critical success and would hit one of the images, it hits the image and the attack roll becomes a success against you. But it doesn't say anything about...
Yeah, in this case, I think it's all... let me give them numbers too. That would be handy. Okay, everything seems to be working fine now. Yeah, let me roll some saves. And look at this spell.
Like they could have just cast 6 up-leveled fireballs, and that probably would have been like equally as painful. So,
but they're not evocation specialists, are they?
Sure.
Doesn't mean you're
attack that would hit you
wrong,
has a
it might have
random
done it.
chance of hitting one of your images instead of you. All their images. Oh. If an attack would hit you, it could hit one of your images. So I would actually say that it could hit an image.
It's not an attack.
It isn't it's an attacky spell.
It's a spell.
Think
It's
about
not.
it.
I don't think it's.
Okay,
I
sure.
don't know if it's tagged as an attack. So, but
Well,
Yeah,
they still have to
we'll
roll
go
a
off with
save,
pure
so it's
attack.
not like
We'll go off
they're
with pure attack.
you know
We'll go-
suddenly.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I was just trying to consider what the what my read was, but yes, I think
of
last time I
course,
went.
and we can
with,
always reconsider later.
Chain
What's my read?
lightning indeed does not have the attack trait.
Right.
No, only attack spells would. Sorry, that's that. So we're going with that's DC 31 here.
31.
31. Okay.
Aye.
So that is a fail from number one.
And if any of them crit succeed, it ends there.
Okay.
So.
Fail from number 2. Number 3 is a fail. Number 4 is a fail. Number 5 is a success. And number 6 is a success. Okay, so as the lightning jumps through all of them, the first ones all take the... Is that 60 points of electricity damage?
Aye.
Nice.
If that's reduced, it's 58, I guess. I don't know if that also reduces from the
Yes, that should also reduce.
negative whatever.
Yeah. So
Okay, so 58 and then 29 on half.
Okay. 58, 58... 58. 58. Oops. Yeah, that's fine. And then half of 58, which is 29.
29.
Cool. Okay, yeah, you arc some electricity through the bunch of them. As it gets to the last two at the top, or on your left, they're both able to kind of get out of the way and don't take as much damage. Okay, that was 2 actions.
All right, well then, Phelan, we're gonna back up a bit, and we'll have Phelan move over actually towards this other exit and kind of block it, and that's where we're gonna end our turn.
Okay, so Phelan, Greshy and Phelan back away. Gunn, it's your turn. You are invisible currently.
Can you command an animal while invisible?
Yes.
Is it a hostile action?
It involves shouting, so...
Will it make me visible? Yeah, it doesn't
No,
matter.
I would not consider that a hostile action on its own.
Okay. I'm going to have Rock spring into action, and he will fly over to here. If he can reach that.
Okay, sure, yeah, he flies over behind some of the
And he will try
Mercerai.
to make a... let me see. He'll try to make an attack, because I think he needs to do that before he can use his special grab action. Yeah, that's right. So he'll do an attack.
All right, take your attack.
Why is that not? Oh, right, because it's under inventory. Okay. Yep. Talons. He has a 27 to hit. On
27 is a miss, but in the case of your image, fails to hit your AC but does not crit fail. It destroys an image but has no additional effect. Okay. Okay, so Rock flies over, tries to grab at one of them, instead grabs one of the images, and the image he grabs, I just rolled a d4, is bright yellow, and as it explodes, Rock takes 5 electricity and 5 mental damage.
Okay. I'll go ahead and mark that real quick. -10. He doesn't have any kind of resistance to that, but I have anyway. Let's see. Do I have enough movement? I think I have. Yep. I'm going to step up in front and attack the same one.
Okay.
Which we now have flanked.
All right. Yeah, you charge forward.
So I
you
will-
unveil yourself as you charge.
Mm-hmm.
He would be flat-footed to the attack since you were invisible, but he's flat-footed anyway.
Oh, fair enough. He's flat-footed anyway. And we've got 46,
46 is a critical.
which is actually 47, 48, yeah,
40,
it's pretty high.
44.
So
Yeah.
I'll roll my damage twice.
So yeah, so
No, I'm-
44 is
I'm
still a critical.
Boosted. Not
Oh, sorry, you're
negative.
boosted. Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah,
boosted,
48.
not negative.
Yes, you're right. Yes, correct.
Yeah, so it's a super critical. Yay. 46 slashing and 9 sonic happens.
But you still need to
I suppose.
roll. Let's see. I guess I'll roll.
Oh, yep.
D.
A D.
Yeah, roll a D3 and 1 is hitting him.
Okay. At
3. Okay. So if an attack roll is a crit success and would hit one of the images is destroyed and you get a success instead. So it only does the
that'll
first
be
damage.
27
27 points of damage to him.
And what color does he send
Okay.
me?
You managed to cleave through one of the images and him. The image is orange, so you end up taking 5 points of acid and 5 points of mental as it explodes.
I will resist the acid and take the mental. Oops.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Okay, and that guy has one image left.
Yes. One image remains. Top of the round,
Okay,
Asher.
and I'll
Oh,
shout.
sorry.
Should we make a break for the door? I will shout.
Oh, Asher, it's your
Should
turn.
we?
Yeah.
Or should
How
we
are they
get rid of
looking?
them all and then go find the guy?
I'll leave it up to you. I was just throwing it out there.
Well,
Asher.
I'm in-
I agree with Asher.
I'm in a decent enough position to, if anyone starts retreat. I feel like we should try and do our best. But maybe they'll attack and we'll all feel bad about ourselves. But in the meantime, I'm gonna hunt prey number 1 and number 2.
Okay.
And I guess since 1 has the least amount of clones, I will do my hunted shot twice at him.
Okay.
1 up. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
None of those are hitting. A 25 and a 20.
That's terrible.
How is the...
Yeah,
oh,
the
yeah,
first one's
25,
the first one's a
27.
natural 1, which just goes completely wild because if an attack roll fails at your AC, it doesn't crit fail. So yeah, crit failed. It just completely misses. Doesn't even hit an image. The second one is a 25. That one is a miss, but not a crit miss. So it will hit one of the images. That is an orange image. You take 5 acid damage and 5 mental damage as you pierce the image, leaving him imageless. But you have taken a little bit of damage. And that is your turn.
Ow.
That's your hunt prey and hunt prey, hunted shot.
Nope.
Yeah,
one more.
action.
Yeah. 1 second. My spell. Oh, how far away? They're probably far too far. Yes, they are 5 feet too far. That's okay. I'm just gonna shoot again. I'm looking forward though. Phew. A 34, 33, 32.
Sorry, this is on number 1 again, still?
Number 1, yeah. Just
Okay.
number 1 the whole time.
Okay, 32 on number 1 will actually hit.
Ooh,
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it hits. I was determining whether or not
I
Gunn
see.
was blocking, but I think you're fine. Yeah, 31 hits. 32 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Give me my damage and plus 2 of these. 22 piercing, 5 frost, 2 flame, and 9 precision.
Okay.
Total of 38.
And then -2 at the end. So 36.
-2, yes.
Okay, you managed to hit kind of a pretty strong glancing shot on his lower thigh. It hits, he's like bleeding out onto the floor a bit, but that is the end of your turn. Raxerai's turns.
They bleed normally, huh?
Yep, it seems to bleed as far as you can tell. Number 6 at the far side is going to... Well, actually... Yeah, number 6 is going to start by casting a spell at Gunn. Give me a will save, please.
Ooh. My
Playing for
favorite.
this. Mm-hmm.
I have a total of 38.
38. Okay, so
Good
that
roll.
is a success in this case. You take
Which bumps up.
success bumps to
Bumps
crit
up to
success.
crit success. Thanks to, yep. That's called,
This is just on
Fine
all
will.
will saves.
all will saves.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You suddenly feel your mind like clouded with shadow as number 6 is trying to cast a spell at you, but when it doesn't seem to work, number 6 is going to move a bit. Number 5 is going to also try and cast a spell at you. Gunn, give me another will save, please.
Okay.
Mistake.
There we go. This time we have a 28.
28 is a failure. Is that with your +1? It would be 29.
20, wasn't it +2?
Oh, plus
No.
no, it's just +1.
Just think +1.
+1?
It's +1 or -2.
Okay, well I think I'm gonna use a hero point to reroll that.
Okay,
So, because it's
this is your moment.
no help there.
Natural 3
No.
for 27. Okay, so yeah, this is 29 then. That is going to be a success, but not a crit success. So suddenly
Oh,
from
so
Which
behind
makes it
you.
crit success.
Which makes it a crit success. Which
Oh, sorry, no,
bumps-
sorry.
if
It's a
success-
failure. It's a failure, but
failure,
not a crit failure.
but not a crit.
Sorry, that's what I meant to say.
Okay, so yes, it's a failure.
Yes, okay. So this is a proper failure. In that case, you take this much damage. What is that? That's plus that, plus that, plus that, plus that, plus that, plus that, plus that. You take 36 points of mental damage and are frightened 2. As from behind you,
Okay.
Lucretia suddenly appears, and she like stabs you in the back. You like twist around,
Wow.
not expecting to see her, and she just kind of like fades into shadow. Then let's see, number 5 will kind of move out of the way. Number 4 will also cast a spell at Gunn. I need a
So-
will save, please.
I'll be only. Oh, hold on. How much damage did you say? It was 36.
36 points. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, but I'd only become frightened 1 if I would become frightened 2. Thanks. To
Okay.
courage.
So yeah, you're just frightened 1 then.
And then will save. You said
Yep. Another will save, please.
pulling it back up here. 31 because the +1 and -1 are going to cancel out.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, still being a little bit spooked. You fail your save again at a 31. As this time, Karzug himself appears to your left and stabs at you with his flaming spear. Let's see. You take that plus that plus that plus that. Plus that. 34 points of mental damage this time.
Okay.
As this Rexaris makes his way up onto the platform over... Well, no, he's not going to go on the platform. He's just going to go run to the back over there. Okay. Number 3. Thinking. What's the range over here? 50 feet. Yeah, number 3 is going to cast a spell over towards Greshy.
All right.
I need let's see. Sorry. Yeah, I need a will save from. Oh, actually. Hold on. Oh. Aha. Yes. Okay. I need actually will saves from everyone for this one. He's casting a spell in the middle here. So suddenly the ground starts to shake. The panels on the floor start to crumble, and you all begin to feel like you're falling downward into an abyss. That looks like a 31 from Greshy, a natural 1 for a 24 on Asher, a 42 for Gunn, and a 41 for Phelan. It's everyone but Rock. Rock won't have to
Rock
save.
is out of range?
Did well.
Yeah, Rock is out of range. Okay, Asher, I'm gonna need a reflex save. And then, let's see if anybody else...
Whee!
What was the DC?
41 for my reflex.
41 for your reflex save. Okay. So, yeah, the floor starts to give way as, cracks in the floor start to make the tiles crumble. You see that abyss that you saw in the Envy space, before you. As you all kind of tumble. Asher, you try to catch yourself, to stop yourself from falling in. And let me see how much damage this is. This is... Here we go. Whee! Plus that, plus that, plus that, plus that, plus... that plus that plus that plus that. Okay. I see. Okay. Cool. So, Asher, you take 86 points of mental damage. That's 8-6. Everyone else... So I think Gunn, you're fine because your success becomes a crit success. Phelan got a regular success.
Does
so
not have that.
He takes half of 43 points of damage.
So
which
21?
is 21, yep. And that leaves Greshy himself, who got a failure, so Greshy takes 43 points of mental damage.
Okay.
The images start to give way to what the room actually looks like, and you realize that you're all fine. Number 2 then is going to do the same thing. Give me will saves again. as the room is starting to look okay. We'll second verse same as the first. So Greshy got a 35. Phelan got a 35. Asher got a 27. Greshy got a 46. Gunn got
can I
a
use my
30.
reaction to add 2 to mine?
Yes, you can use your reaction to add 2 to yours.
Making it 32.
Making it 32. Okay. That was everybody. Okay. So this time, roll again. We have plus that plus that plus that plus that plus 2. Okay. This time the base is going to be 36 damage. Anyone crit fail? Where is that? It's 35, 27, 46, 30. None of those is a crit fail in this case. Asher failed.
27 should be 25 technically.
Yeah, I have a 25.
Oh, that is a crit fail then. Cool. Asher, you take.
Oh boy.
That definitely sets my pawns.
Asher, you take 76 points of damage, mental damage. And I'll need another reflex save from you.
Give me a second to do my 76. Wee. Okay. Reflex time. Wow. A 32, 30. So it's a 30.
30. Okay. I think. Oh boy. In that case. Yeah. So so this time, in addition to just the ground starting to crack and fall apart, this time it's actually the ceiling. All the mirrors along the walls and ceiling start to shatter, and glass shards come dropping down on you. You like try to like protect your head, but you end up like falling down on the floor. And you're not quite out on the floor, but you're like hunched over, and all these glass shards have like hit you all over. They're like starting to pin you to the ground. You are stunned. So Asher, you're stunned one, or stunned, whatever. I think it's just stunned. That leaves the rest of you. Does Greshy have the will save booster? Oh, you got a crit save anyway, so Greshy is fine. Gunn got a regular fail. Where's Phelan? Phelan got a regular fail.
Was it 32 is a fail? Okay.
Yes, 32 is a fail,
Yeah,
and the 35 is a fail. So both of them take 38 points of mental damage. But Greshy is expecting it this time, and it's totally fine. That leaves our last friend for last. He is going to... he's going to take one swing with his dagger to like stab at Gunn. Whoop. That's a natural one. He thrusts at you with the dagger while you're like distracted by the illusion, but you just completely dismiss him. Like your vision snaps back. You swat the dagger away. It goes flying out of his hand, and he is then going to twist his hands around. Give me one more will save, please, Gunn.
Okay. That up. We have a 38.
38. That is a success, so it's a crit success in this case. So this time you see the image of Xandergul like appear before you and suddenly like lunge at you, but you just shake your head and dismiss the phantom as it passes over your body. That was all of them. Greshy.
Well, fuck.
Oh, sorry, these two didn't move. They couldn't move.
They could still move after those spells?
Yeah. Yep.
Fucking hell.
They all scatter. That's too far.
And of course, everybody's right in the middle of it, so I can't really do fun AoE things.
Yeah, I mean, seeing you do chain lightning, they all immediately try to scatter as much as they can.
I'm going to delay turn until after Gunn. I need you to move or to do something, but you're in the way.
Do you shout that?
You're too close to them, is what I'm trying to say. I don't either get closer to Asher or get away from them. You're too close.
Okay, so yeah, Greshy shouts out that you need to move, Gunn.
Move your arse.
Gunn. It's your turn, Gunn.
All right. Well, I'm going to command. Rock.
Oh, right. I forgot the Surge of Sin. That happened. Thank you. D10. That is. It's 6 points of damage. There's a lot of things on the screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 things on the screen. I'm gonna roll a D11. It's a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Vrexeris number 6 suddenly shudders in pain as he takes 6 points of mental damage.
I was hoping it'd be me again, and I just always get the Surge of Sin no matter what. Ah!
Think you've had enough surges for today already?
I had such a good day until now. Now my day is bad.
Gunn, what are you doing?
My thought was to command Rock to do his attack and grab thing. But we'll first see if he succeeds in the attack. So, punching that in. He has a 36.
36 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Number one, actually, plus he's flanking. So, does he crit with a 38?
He does not crit with a 38 now.
Okay. Well, it's
Okay.
10 points of damage, and he can free grab the the target.
Yep, he lashes out with a talon and grabs him, holding him still.
Okay. But I think he's going to have to make moves the next turn, because that's his 2 actions.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and attack number 1 as well with my first action here for 40 to hit. 42 if he's flat-footed.
Yep, 42. He is flat-footed. That will crit. Go ahead and roll critical damage.
Okay. I have pretty good damage. I have 34 and 33, so 67 points.
Okay, so Rock grabs that
Sonic
Phraxeris from
Boom and-
behind. You snicker snack sword across the neck, lobbing Phraxeris' head off. His body goes limp as the head rolls along the floor.
Does that change your plan any, Greshy?
Both of you are still in the way.
So Rock is still holding on. To
Once
the
again,
corpse.
though, that does help me for hitting you. So if you don't want to move, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and lay hands on myself. Okay. Getting back 42 hit points.
Okay, defying Greshy's tactics, you stand your ground and heal yourself. Sorry, is lay on hands 1 action? So you still have 1 left, right?
1 action. No, I used 1 for command animal or command.
Oh, right, you commanded.
Continue.
Yep, okay.
Command, attack, lay on hands.
Yep, Greshy.
Well, I can get everybody, including Rock.
Fine.
Rock will forgive you.
Or you can
I
leave
sure
number
hope so.
2 and Rock out of it, and I'll be fine with that too.
That might be the better option. So we will call down a sunburst at this point to hit
I will
As
give
many-
number 3 some cover from this because he's
some
behind
cover from
me.
that.
Like this statue is pretty high, so I had
No, that's
idea.
fair. I was originally going to center it on the statue if I could have done it my fun way, but
Yeah, the statue is
Understandably,
big
there's some
and
people in the
blocking, but I didn't draw a wall there, just because.
So
That's
is that an
fair.
emanation, or is that a...
it is an explosion, so it does emanate out. Effectively, it's a burst, if you will.
Hmm.
So we will
Yeah, I would say
Cast that
probably
burst
just
and
can't
catch-
hit number 3.
not at all. All right.
Yeah, I think number 3 just wouldn't get hit because this is like the platform itself is taller than number 3 is.
All right, fair enough. Then I guess I'm just hitting numbers 1 or what is that? 6, 5, and 4.
Yes.
Then I need them to make a reflex save for me.
Okay.
I don't imagine they're undead by chance.
You don't know. But they have to make some reflex saves.
Guess
That
we'll find out.
is. What's that? That is a crit fail from number 6. Number 5. That is just a regular fail. And number 3, that is a regular fail as well. So 2 fails and a crit failure. I'm not sure why the furthest one away from it.
Right, so they only
crit
take the
failed.
41 fire.
Okay, yeah, the 2 closer ones take 41 points of fire damage as they're enveloped in searing light. The other number 6 turns back to look directly at it and takes that should be 82 points of searing light, just
It
straight
is
to the
82.
eyeballs.
And he's permanently blinded.
Aye.
Okay. Yep. He is
And
very blind.
that's Greshy's going to pat Phelan on the back and reassure him that he is a good boy, and we'll spend a focus point to heal him up with one action.
Okay.
And that will be
35
Greshy's
points
turn.
heal. All right. Well, as we start round 3 of combat, I think that's where we're gonna have to probably call it for tonight.
Hmm.
No, we ruled that mirror image stays on, and for it has to be an actual attack roll that mirror images get destroyed by.
Yeah,
But
AoEs
it bypasses the need to roll against concealment because of them, so
Yeah.
trade-offs.
So
and
that is a ruling
AoEs
for
in
now.
particular also used to destroy mirror images, but there's no language that says that in the new version.
Correct. So
So here we are.
I'll think on it more later, but for now, that's just what they happen to do. So, yeah, that'll do it for this episode of Third Action. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I don't know why I'm speaking really quickly, but outro time. Thank you all for sticking around with us. Hope you're all enjoying our romp through the Runeforge as we run back and forth between areas. Hope this episode wasn't too weird and uncomfortable. Otherwise, yeah, hope you all enjoyed it. See you all next week. Follow us on the platforms. Goodbye.